Good. That was such a good game. Oh
Yeah,
man, the NBA has been crazy. I mean, that was what more game sevens just in the first round than in any NBA playoffs in the history, right?
something like that, man. It was crazy. I don't even know, but it's good. But you know it's better, Milk Fat?
Han.
Han, this game we got right here.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm excited.
All right, so to kind of give you an update, did you watch the games yesterday?
No, but I know that Super Svart's squad is about to play BMG
Yes,
with this their new MVP player Limp. That guy's really really good.
he is really, really good. So these guys right here, the last of the USA, they've actually been doing really well. They beat Willow Keepers yesterday. Willow Keepers was obviously a higher seeded team. They were able to take them down fairly easily, actually. It wasn't that close of a game. Fuzzy Sloth has actually been just playing out of his mind this tournament. Really good Gemini, really good Slither. Kind of new on the scene, so it's going to be interesting to see how he
Is that
develops.
guy who always posts on Reddit?
I think that's Fat Sloth.
Okay, different Sloth. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe they're related. I don't know. Which is he their captain?
No, the captain is Meisty.
Okay, so can you just who are their players? Because
So
I
Meisty used to play for Absolute Legends.
no, I remember him.
Diglett was the captain of We Are Spies. What you got was a player on You Are Spies, and then Fuzzy
Yeah,
Sloth and Drents are kind of newer players,
yeah,
but they're all US players.
I know why. Okay, so I was spectating BMG versus some other team, so that explains why I was very confused
Oh,
when we were
we're
talking about.
casting Reason versus The Last
Yeah,
of Us.
okay, because I joined on you and I had the wrong game. Okay, we're cool. I'm in now. I
All right, I was like,
understand.
yeah, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, I didn't see a fuzzy sloth. I was like, are we like are these people I should know and I don't know? But yeah, okay, we're cool.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
So yeah, that's the kind of the update right there on the Legion team. Then obviously Reason Gaming, you know them. You've played against them a bunch. They've got Probusk and Zoe right now.
Yeah, they're European though, so
Yeah.
oops.
So the blind bands right now are Kronos, Tempest, Sir Bensington, and Puppet Master.
Yeah, oh yeah, okay, yes. So I agree wholeheartedly. Who banned Kronos and Bensington out of curiosity?
That was Saint Rocks.
Saint Rocks. Okay, well Saint Rocks. I mean, though he's on point with those bans. I kind of made a well. They're gonna get nerfed eventually, but like eventually. But for now, both of those heroes are just really really silly, and they kind of like break the meta in a sense because they're just too good. Suicide. They're just too good heroes. So I'm glad they're banned. I hate watching games with
In
those.
every game that MyNets and I casted yesterday, we casted CiC, we casted Team Excellent, we casted this team right here, The Last of Us. Sir Bensington wasn't banned in any of them or picked.
Really
He went through the entire drafting phase.
interesting. Well, maybe that's like part of my drafting philosophy for a time was you ban heroes over and over and over and over until people forget how to play them, and then you don't need to ban them anymore. But I didn't think like Bensington seems kind of like really simple. But I don't know. Maybe people have learned to play around him. I know it's switched to more of a tri-lane centered game, if I'm not mistaken, or at least it's more popular now.
Yeah,
Uh,
everything that we've seen so far has been tri-lanes, which has been really fun. We've been seeing a lot of kills, except yesterday's games were a little one-sided, but they were still a lot of fun.
the one thing that about I mean, we won't see it in this game as Parasite's picked up, but the thing that everyone should always keep in mind whenever you're playing in a no jungler versus no jungler setup is like games they can turn one-sided really quick, but it's so easy to make comebacks because when you get behind, it's normally just in hero kills. You don't really lose objectives or jungle stacks or towers. Like you'll be down a few thousand golden experience, but the advantages are a lot smaller because you're not able to get anything out of your hero kills. So even if you win a team fight, you normally don't get anything out of it, which is why they're normally a lot of fun to watch. In
Yeah.
this game, he's got a pretty difficult decision because he can pick Ophelia, which would be what I would do here, but he might choose to just grab another support. Not quite sure, but Parasite being picked third definitely forces him to do something. He's going to go with the Drunken Master, so a strong pick. I think that hero is honestly first pickable. Like I thought Drunken and Kraken I mean, I hope I demonstrated that at the World Finals. Like those two heroes are like the best right now because you can do so much with them. Like you look at the lineup: Tort, Gauntlet, Drunken Master. Like you could do. I'd have no idea how to predict their lanes right now
Yeah.
if I was the Legion captain, Meisty.
So one of the things that you brought up is Ophelia being picked on the Hellborn team. Who would play the Ophelia? I'm kind of looking at their lineup. I don't. It almost seems as if they're missing a jungler player.
Mm,
So
I
that
guess
could be one of the reasons why they didn't pick it.
I mean, Saint Rox plays junglers. He just plays them like pretty badly. So maybe they just want to prevent him from playing them. That could be a possibility, but I'm honestly not sure.
Okay, I usually see Saint Trox playing that secondary support or full support. but
Uh,
you never know.
we'll see. I think Znui is their second support, so you might be right. He just won't want to play it. I'd expect them. See, the curious thing is it's gonna deter. I like Drunken Master being run as like the one of sorts. I don't really like him in a role where he's like the secondary farmer because that
So
hero, like,
suicide.
I think if I were them, especially against like the Rhapsody Kraken, you definitely don't want to do a dual lane mid against a Rhapsody plus anything with a
Right.
Parasite behind it. Like, doesn't matter if you have a Gauntlet or not. So I'd like to see them dodge mid with either like their Drunken or some other hero there, and then either long lane, tri lane, or potentially even like double dual lane. I think they could have a lot of success with like a Kinesis or Plague Rider going off lane with something they choose. Like two range long lane works sometimes. You could block camps, but I'm in favor of long lane tri laning. But we'll see. I haven't watched enough Han to really be able to predict anything.
Okay. So here's a question for you. So you've obviously ran Drunken Master a lot. You love the hero. For the Legion team, when it comes to them picking that hard carry, that one role, who goes up best against Drunken Master?
You're talking a 1v1 situation?
Not just necessarily a 1v1, but rather as the game progresses, who stacks up the best against him?
I honestly don't really know. Like, the thing is, the main strength of the hero is his ultimate, but it reduces all damage by 40%, and you can't target him with spells. So that's kind of like a hard counter to almost everything. But on that note, like I like heroes like Witch Slayer against him that can just keep him totally locked down and do lots of bursts before he gets anything off. But like if a Drunken gets off his ulti or a BKB, he just kind of tears him apart. I like Madman and just CD like sources of big physical damage, but it's tough to say. Drunken Master, he's sort of like a boulder balanced on top of a hill. Like you kick him in one direction and he's going to have to run away from you, but if you don't kick hard enough and it falls back on you, you're going to be the one fleeing. So
There you go. You
I
said
don't know if that
corrupted
metaphor.
disciple, and they picked it up.
Yeah, CD works pretty well, but again, it's like it gets to the point where if you don't get the conduit off and Drunken pops a Shrunken and just runs at you, like suddenly you're like, oh shit, like this is bad, and you got to get the hell out of the way. But we'll see what happens. It's really going to come down to the laning phase, looking at the way the lanes and picks have gone so far. But Ophelia is still available to be picked. He didn't get nerfed or something, did he?
Ophelia did not necessarily get nerfed, but remember the jungle completely
Oh,
changed recently.
that's true.
And so it
I,
could be that people just aren't comfortable going into the jungle with its new setup and with this big tournament on the line.
that is true. That's a good point. Totally forgot about that. I think a keeper could be a pretty nice choice here, and you could jungle that. There's a lot of options for them. Like you could still go aggressive from the I don't know what team there. We'll call them just. Can we just USA versus Europe for today? So Team USA could do a lot of different things here, but I don't know if they're comfortable going aggressive because a lot of people seem to just fear that. Like SG do it for a time, we did it sometimes. BMG has like a hard on for going aggressive, but I just feel like other teams aren't comfortable doing that. I'm not quite sure why, but
They did it yesterday, and they did it pretty successfully as well.
really, with
Yeah.
two heroes or three?
They sent 2 heroes plus a parasite, actually.
Interesting. Really? Okay, that's good. Mirax's pickup.
I haven't seen Meraxis in a long time.
Same here. I would have probably preferred a Pebbles, but Miraxis is a lot tankier. It just, I don't know, we'll see. The thing is, with this sort of lineup, it's very team fight focused, and they don't have any big burst. You know, there's nothing, they're not going to be able, unless the Kraken goes the Blink build, which I honestly never see anybody but Limp do successfully, so I'm not quite sure, but it gives them a lot of team fight presence, but pretty much every one of their heroes except for Parasite is incredibly valuable in team fights, and there's the Madman pickup. So I
Yeah.
like that pick. Gives them a lot of late game. Like it's also a fantastic Kongor team they have now. Gauntlet plus Madman can do it probably whenever with either an Abyssal Skull at any level or probably around like 15, 16 minutes into the game.
Yeah. So one thing to note is that, as you said, Diglett actually has played Cracked in the last 3 games that I've casted him, and he does get that portal key pretty quickly.
Really?
And he uses it pretty effectively. So one thing to know as well is that the Corrupted Disciple, Kraken, and Meraxis, that is a tanky-ass lineup.
Huh. It is. That is a good point.
They're going to be having a hard time dealing with him, with Parasite kind of running around within different creeps. Seems like Rhapsody would be the only easy target, really, for that Madman or that Gauntlet to pick off.
Yeah. The thing is, it's like if you take out All three of those heroes, the main issue they have with them, probably other than Meraxis, is like they're heroes that need to be on the aggressive or the on the offensive rather. So if you are in a position, because what'll inevitably happen is like as you said, Rhapsody is really the only easy target. Like he's gonna have a really suffer game if this gauntlet gets off to a good start, and he's just gonna die at the start of every team fight, and they're gonna turn their physical damage onto either the CD or the Kraken. The big thing is going to be what item choices this Legion side chooses to go for. I think Sacrificial Stone is without a doubt the best item in the game. Like,
Yeah.
no question. And in this sort of situation, if you had an early Abyssal Skull and a Sac Stone, that's going to be +8 armor for your entire team. And that's really effective when most of the damage coming out from this Hellborn side is going to be physical past that 25-minute mark. So the Pyro and I really like the lineup from Hellborn. They've got enough magic damage to kind of warrant people picking up vestments, but if you neglect the physical armor in this game, you're really going to suffer once the Madman Drunk can pick up their second, third items.
Yeah. So one thing to note is that St. Rox does on Torture have 2 Ward of Revelations, while the Madman has 2 Wards of Sight. So they are going to be trying to block a couple of these camps to try to stop Parasite from getting a really good early game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. They didn't really get any of them up yet. Madman's going to place 2.
Yeah.
I don't think that one blocks that camp, though.
I don't think so either. Parasite does have boots first, so he is going to be playing a little bit more aggressive this game.
Yeah, they're going to go with the 2 mid as well. It looks like Kraken's going to be mid.
Pyro
Yeah.
Gauntlet versus Kraken Rhapsody.
Or maybe not, actually. I don't know what Drenz is doing, but he's going to ward Envision, and that should be countered pretty quickly by the defending support.
Alright, so Corrupted Disciple could be in trouble. He does have boots first, though, so he should be okay.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. It's an interesting choice, though, the CD Suicide. It's really difficult, though. Tord Drunken Master is really, really hard to do anything against as a Suicide. Tord did blow the Impel already, so that's useful. He's going to miss the counter ward as well, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
Just out of range, unfortunately, like 100 off. They're going to also do 2 bottom Rhapsody Meraxis, and this is why I kind of would have preferred them to go Pebbles. Yeah, they're going to switch a dual lane over, and Pyro will go bottom, but that's honestly the worst decision they could make, because like
Pyro's gonna get
Parasites...
destroyed.
Yeah, every Parasite gang is going to be a kill. But this is kind of why I would have liked Pebbles, because he does so much better when snowballing if they were going to put him short lane anyway. But at the same time, I guess they did fear a tri-lane. So either way, it works out well. I think Legion definitely has won the lane so far in this game.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, out of those 2 creep waves, Meraxis only got 2 of those creep kills. So having the lane at that tower there was pretty rough for him.
Yeah, it's mostly on his support, though. You got to help him with the last hits. But it could have come down to communication. You don't really know. But either way, it's whenever people miss last hits, yeah, I always share the blame. Because sometimes, especially with the tower involved, you just can't get it. It was even worse back before it wasn't normalized, and you were like, you might need to hit it. Hit it. Depending on whether the tower hit like for 40 extra damage or not.
Yeah,
But
they did go on Micey Bro and the Corrupted Disciple up on top. He had to run away, and he was taken down to about 20% HP, but ended up living because of those boots.
It works out well for him, though, because he's going to get lane control. And a CD at like level 3 with boots can do a lot more against this Torturer. And there's level 2. They could actually go for him there. I would have liked to see Drunken Master just spin and kick him over, because I'm pretty sure he's dead, especially if he tanks a few creeps. But
Yeah,
mid
they're
lane...
going to go for it. There you go. Corrupted Disciple hit. Torturer does not land the stun.
Yeah, it was just a little miscommunication. Looks like a little delayed. This is on a
Should be
US. It's US East server, so we can blame lag. You ping blame. The key lane for me is going to be middle. We have Diglett versus Probusk, but more importantly, it's a Gauntlet. And Gauntlet's one of those heroes that does very well in 1v1 matchups. And if he's allowed to snowball, like he's the key hero for this game, because his Blink Dagger is going to just set the tone. And if they can delay that to like the 15-minute mark, it's going to be a big deal. Whereas if he gets it earlier, it could be very bad for him. Madman's stealing a lot of creep waves. He just got invis with a stun. I think he'll be fine, though.
Yeah.
He got a lot of creeps, though, so it was well worth it. And I do believe...
They do have an invis detection rune right here as well, the Ward of Revelation. So if they could bait him up there somehow, they could get a kill.
Definitely a possibility. I'm still surprised they didn't actually counter that ward that Drent's placed in Vision. So it's giving Vision to the bottom rune. So it's all of Pyromancer's rotations are going to be spotted, and he has the gold for it now to just buy one. Or Torture does, but I don't know, maybe they're not communicating. Mid lane.
They are going to go on Pyromancer here at the bottom. Parasite's going to come for the jungle and go for the gank. He does get stunned, and they might not. Ooh, Meraxis lands a good axe, and they're going to go for it. There we go. First blood is going to go to Drents on the Rhapsody.
It's a big kill. They really needed that. And Parasite good rotation from him as well. I was looking top when that happened, but gladly you were, or luckily you were there to.
Yeah, it was a good kill on their part. Rhapsody's able to pick up her boots, which is going to be pretty big.
Mid lane, Diglett at 250 GPM, Probusk at 320. Probusk also an empty bottle, but it doesn't really matter because Kraken's so low, so Probusk is going to check the top rune, and the Madman with an empty bottle is going to check the bottom rune. And this is a big deal. Like, they win both runes. Top lane, CD's going to get a conduit off on Torture, but I think he's going to go down anyway, catching the Impale, and he's going to go down to St. Rocks. That was just poor positioning by him. You can't be in a position to get caught by the stagger stun when you're that low, but he may not have seen that Imba had picked up boots, but 1-to-1 kill differential now. So one thing to keep in mind is, though, that the Hellborn side did control both runes, and there is now a no, both were used. I think it was a regen.
On
and
Madman?
Yeah. But either way, it just helps them so much in both of their lanes. Mid lane now, Kraken's in a lot of trouble. Torture is rotating around.
Oh, the hook is missed.
Yeah. Well, again, US East server, so probably lag.
Sure. Ooh, Corrupted Disciple is going to put some pressure over here on Drunken Master. It looks like he should be able to just run away, though, with that stagger.
He'll be fine. But that helps CD. You get some space in the lane. Still with just naked boots. Torture now running over. He's going to just dance with him a bit because he knows Conduit's down. But that's 6 charges up, so you really can't do that. You might actually have been able to kill him
Yeah,
with
with
one
a lot of
attack.
damage.
Yeah, it faded just before that last one would have been able to hit. Bottom lane, Madman 250 GPM, no deaths yet, whereas the Miraxis is only at 240, even though they got the Bloodlust. So the Madman Hellborn lane is winning at present, even with that kill. But Parasite looks to be running over pretty soon. He has a Wild Hunter. That's a really big deal. This should be another dead Pyromancer.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, he's in
Rhapsody's
trouble.
going to get the staccato off. Yes, he is.
They might actually. They might actually been able to turn. No, Madman's got a lot of charges. The thing is, they're killing the Pyro, and that's good. But he's not really. He's honestly just not important. He could die.
They're actually going to turn on the Madman right here. He went and used his stock very aggressively. They're going to come in for the kill. Are they going to get it? Miraxis missed. He's going to still chase. Stock is up in a second. He's going to hit the last one.
Oh,
no, he
what?
misclicked.
What? Interesting. Well, up top, CD went down. Mid lane now, Kraken's in a lot of trouble. Torture's running over. He bottled the regen. I don't think there is an ultimate up on Gauntlet, but there it is. He's going to be able to land the Q, and that's dead
wow,
Diglett.
yeah.
Just enough mana. Well done by Probusk there. Now he's going to grab the regen, and once again, rune control really helping out this Hellborn side. Madman stayed alive and got the bottom rune, which was huge. Like, he's now able to go right back to the lane. Had pooled tangos remaining. Mid lane, they get the kill, and then a regen on Gauntlet. So not only is that a huge kill, but he gets to stay in the lane and doesn't have to leave when Kraken comes back. So
yeah, one thing that
sorry.
I'd like to see is Rhapsody picking up a Word of Revelation and putting it in the lane. Madman seems to be getting most of his CS from using stock, and then he's getting damage onto the heroes as well. But he actually did pick up the Word of Revelation now, so it should help kind of maintain that Madman and keep him down.
I'm glad to see. Yeah, it's really helpful. You can really.
He's also going to get this ward that Snowy just placed.
No, but that again, though, that identifies that the revelation is down. So,
yeah.
I mean, they saw him place it most likely anyway. Media easy camp stacked 3 times for Legion. Don't know if that's going to help so much. Parasite really been ineffective thus far. He does have those 2 kills, but only level 5. I don't know if that's because of the changes to the jungle, but
Yeah.
I
He also
really
has
like.
3 Wild Hunters right here at the old big camp.
That's true.
So
Okay,
he's got Wild Hunters for days. Corrupt Disciple is getting dived on right at the tower. He is going to fall, and Imba Boy is going to pick up the kill on Drunken Master.
Yeah, Meist, he's really having a suffer of a game, and this is one of the main issues with CD suicide. I've felt this before.
Gauntlet's going to go on the Kraken. Kraken pushes him to a wall and does drop his ultimate, but Gauntlet misses the hook at the last second, and Kraken is going to survive. Sorry to interrupt you there.
That's cool. Thanks to the regen rune, he can do that. Now he's going to be able to control this next rune as well, and he's going to put a high ground ward up, so he can just keep doing this. And this is where Gauntlet gets really, really annoying because he can just kind of shove you out of the lane. His hero's so damn good and so easy. It's so easy to get kills once you have those steam boots finished. But
Yeah.
issue with CD suicide is, like, unlike a Hag or Bubbles or something, you could just leave the lane at level 5 with one of those heroes and set up ganks, do something. CD is a lot more difficult. You kind of feel like you have to stay in the lane. But at this point, like, now Drunken's level 7 with phase boots, even Tort's level 6 with, like, near 200 GPM. Like, he's really just hurting his team at this point by staying. And if he hadn't died, they'd be in a really good spot. But now they're down 2 kills, and 3 of them are him. So
Yeah.
Invis, by the way, on Gauntlet. He's looking to set up a hook. He has no ultimate ready yet, though. So, but if he can land this hook, I'm pretty sure the Pyro will be able to stun, and they might be able to land a kill. TP coming in. I think that is the
They
Torturer.
did dust, and they are trying to dive this Madman, but Madman was able to stalk
Yep.
away.
Ooh. Oh,
Oh,
Pyro misses the stuns, Nui.
good
Man,
charge there by Kraken. He is still in trouble, though. Gauntlet's chasing up on him. He has his ultimate up in 7 seconds. I think they're just going to keep running. He actually throws the taunt and then walks away.
Yeah, they got forced to TP mid from CD, who's now in trouble. They know that like CD. If CD gets hooked, man,
Yeah.
that'd be bad.
They should
But,
know that there's a ward there now because of that hook.
Yeah, there was just a pretty unfortunate stun there by Pyro. He should have been able to land that, but just messed up. Unfortunately, it happens.
Drunken Master's going to be looking to take this top tower. I don't think that they're going to try and stop him.
I don't think they can anyway. But yeah, he's already got the Ring of Basilius or Ring of the Teacher finished. So that helps a lot. That's the reason he was able to get that tower. I don't normally see Drunken Masters pick it up because they have such valuable item slots.
Yeah.
Gauntlet, by the way, trying to land a hook might going to get juked by the Rhapsody, but that would have been a sure kill. That's like the power of Gauntlet right there. He lands a hook, the hero's dead. Like it doesn't really matter what hero it is at this point.
Yeah.
And he can just continue to snowball. He has 740 gold on pace for probably like a 12, 13-minute portal key. But it's going to be really dangerous for this Legion side because, again, they're built around team fighting. And if they're unable to do so, I don't really know how they're going to get gain a foothold in this game.
Yeah, so one thing to note right now is in terms of CS, Drunken Master sitting pretty with 66. Second is the Gauntlet with 57. Ooh, it looks like Torture's actually coming around onto this Corrupt Disciple from the back of the tower. They want to play a little bit aggressive here. There are no TPs up on the Legion team, so this is almost going to be a sure kill with no opportunity for a turnaround.
They're just straight up diving. I like Drunken's going to tank the tower. He's going to get conduited, but like you said, no TPs. So it really doesn't matter. Like he's just going to die.
That was really well played and really good awareness right there by the Hellborn team.
Yeah, well played indeed. And the thing is, once you get 3 kills on a suicide like that, it opens the door for you to make plays like that are really aggressive, but you're just smart. TP might have saved him, but honestly, I don't think so. I don't think any hero could have gotten there in time to save him.
Yeah.
He really just has to stop dying. Meraxis is going to have a PK at about 200 gold, significantly ahead of this Gauntlet. So if they can turn that portal key into a couple of kills, like they can get right back in this game. But those 4 deaths on CD are really the whole advantage. Like the tower and those 4 kills are just so much gold going the way of this Hellborn squad.
Yeah.
Like it's 130 GPM on Drunken over the Meraxis solely because of that for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, even Tort's huge right now.
Yeah, it's going to be Drunken Master is going to be a very scary hero, and you actually see him buying the wards there and placing his own wards, which, I always like to see. Cut the support some slack. Drunk is just going to come in. Is he going to try to just straight up 1v1 this? Oh, wow. I mean, Corrupt Disciple just basically got 3-shot there. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing he can do. But hold on, all this while it's going on in the mid lane, we have a really good ultimate there by the Kraken, and they pick up a double kill onto the Pyromancer into the Gauntlet. Basically, Meraxis bought the portal key, TP'd mid, and used it effectively to get the double kill.
Yep.
Just
really
like
well done.
you said, yeah.
Yep, that's how and that right there is like they needed that a lot because once the portal key is identified, they're not going to get a double stun initiative like that anymore. So it was a really big deal that they were able to land that right as it was purchased, and that's what you're looking for when you go that straight portal key build. You can see he just bought a mana battery, nothing else. So that's huge, and now they can now that gives them so many levels, like Parasite up to level 8 now, Kraken level 9, so he's up to actually nearly the same experience per minute as this Gauntlet. Like that's a huge deal. Now CD 0-5 this is just a suffer game indeed. I'd like to see them rotate him bottom and just sit there with a lane ward and just get what he can because
and let Meraxis just try to get some ganks while he farms.
Yeah, pretty much. Because right now, like if he lands his hook, for example, he'd be dead again. And you don't want to lose the game for your team. You want to put the team on your back. And right now, Mike's T is just kind of like I don't know. He's like an anchor tied to Michael Phelps as he's trying to break a world record right now. Like it's just not helping at all.
Yeah. All right. So I got a question for you, for the viewers to kind of help kind of understand top tier Han. So, as a captain, do you have a say in what item builds that your team goes? Do you guys communicate, or do you just already have the assumption where, based off of the role that you're going to play, you know what items you're going to get?
It's something that changes within the game as well. Normally, you go into it with a plan,
Okay.
and it also depends on the importance you place on it. Because, like, it's random cycle matches. I probably wouldn't have, but like Tour finals, and this is part of why I was like surprised because I didn't feel like other teams did this. Like, I went in, this is what we're gonna draft. These are the items that are important. We're going to need to communicate who's going to get what.
Yeah.
And it changes within the game, though, because especially when you get to the later stages and everyone's got like 3, 4 items, you can decide between a whole host of items. Do we get a puzzle here, a storm spirit, a sackstone? Like, do I sell the mech? Like, there's so many decisions that have to go into it. But I would say a good team should always have not just their captain discussing it, but the whole team. Like, and again, if you're really a team, you should trust other people
Yeah.
to make the right decisions, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't communicate it, and no one should be above like the team and just kind of do things because they think it's right,
Yeah, the reason why I ask is, so I'm looking right here. We got Diglett and we got Meraxis. Both are going to be strength initiator heroes. We are going to see that Kraken picking up a portal key at some point. So in this situation, you have a Meraxis, you have a Kraken. Both are similar farms, similar levels. Who gets the Souls Bulwark and why?
In this game, I wouldn't even say anyone does it, in all honesty. They're setting up a gang on Batman, by the way. He's going to get stunned. There's the dust, the silence. He's dead immediately.
Should
Nice.
be a tower
Really
kill
well
as
done.
well if they stay.
Mid lane, just so you know, Gauntlet, 300 gold away from his portal key. Once that happens, the CD is going to feed. This is really the worst lane for CD. Like, I do not like the CD at 0-5 to be mid against the Gauntlet. I feel like it's just a bad, it's like a scary movie. You see the killer walk into the house, locks the door. Like, inevitably, the chick is going to die in the shower.
Yeah, I was about to say at least he got his boots, and then I realized that was his first item.
Yeah, yeah.
At
Well,
least we got the jungles. The jungle's stacked. We got a couple triple stacks around. He'll be able to kind of hang out in here, maybe get some farm for a bit. He did Phoenix up his steam boots, so it's gonna be a slow journey, but hopefully he'll be able to reach his destination.
PK up on Gauntlet. It's going to head out to him now. It's a free kill if either Rhapsody or CD shows their face mid. Game, though, 5-6, 1,500 gold lead right now. Legion still in it. I'm really scared of this Drunken Master, though. Like, he's just so farmed right now. I don't really agree with the Bulwark first choice. When you're that far ahead, I like to see either, like, a BKB first or maybe even, like, Insanitarius or... I've seen like even not a Helm of the Black Legion, but maybe a Shield Breaker even. I just don't like the Bulwark first item. I don't like that you're still such low
Gauntlet's
HP.
going to be wrapping around here onto the Corrupt Disciple. He is going to get his ultimate off. Madman is coming in. Madman's going to get him and just bring him down right there. Pyromancer is going to have the opportunity to get a spell off. It's funny because Corrupted Disciple actually saw that Gauntlet had his portal key. It was delivered while he was in lane, so he saw that. I guess what it comes down to is they even had a ward right here on the top river that saw the Gauntlet going around. It just seems like he wasn't paying attention.
Meisty's tilting like a poorly spun dreidel right now.
Kraken does have the double damage. Drunken Master's here. We do have Gauntlet there with his portal key. Pyromancer's coming in. It looks like they're going to want to set something up on the Kraken, but Kraken did notice them coming by with the ward, so he's going to back. There's going to be a PTP bottom lane. Meraxis activates his ultimate. He's going to get the stun off and to go on the Torturer. He is going to die. Gauntlet TP's in and gets the kill. Corrupted Disciple also TP's in. He's going to go in, which is a poor move, seeing as he doesn't have his teammates here, and it's actually going to cause him to lose his life. Rhapsody is coming in. Does she have the ultimate? The ultimate is a little bit too late. Parasite's going to come in. They're going to realize that it is a lost fight, but Gauntlet TPs. Rhapsody gets the staccato off onto the Gauntlet, stopping him from killing her, and it looks like that could be the end of the fight.
Oh man, Meraxis got his portal key off and then just decided, hey, I'm gonna man up with no man.
Yeah, he
in
portal
HP.
keyed 2 feet
Could've
away, and maybe it was a
just ran away.
misclick. Who really
No, it was not a
knows?
misclick. There was intent there. He was like, I'm in, motherfuckers, and just landed the double stun. But there's a time for fighting and a time for fleeing, and he unfortunately made the wrong decision there. Cost his team 2 lives, and that really hurts them because the whole time Drunken Master was shoving the top lane too. So like they had advantages in all 3 lanes for quite a while there. Plus they get kills. So now 4K gold lead, not huge, insurmountable by any means, but like I'm telling you, like right now they could just go do Kongor if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't be sad if I saw him. I'd like to see Madman go first item Abyssal Skull, and then they just go straight for it.
So Meraxis, it looks like, is going to be picking up that Hellflower as his next item, which is going to be great against a Drunken Master and against a Madman.
I would have liked to see the Sackstone.
Ooh.
Oh, nice
Great
W.
reflexes. Reaxes.
Reflex.
I don't know. Moraxis. Reaxes. Whatever, man.
More taxes.
He's actually going to go in. He's going to go catch the gauntlet. The ultimate is going to come out from Kraken. Do they have enough damage to be able to finish him off? Corrupt Disciple is coming in. He is going to get the conduit off. They are going to take down Kraken. Torture's also going to go down. And then Madman and Drunken Master comes in. Drunken Master picks up the kill on Drents. Meraxis gets a good stun off onto the Drunken Master. Madman and them are still chasing. This could be the end for Corrupted Disciple. He is going to end up going down there. It is going to be a 2-for-2 exchange. I think the better end of the deal was, though, for the Legion lineup, being able to pick off that Gauntlet and the Torturer, pick up a kill on Meisty.
Yeah, 100%. Just a real quick comment on Meraxis' item build there. He would have had an opportunity for another stun that might have saved the CD, but he goes for this Arcana build with no mana regen whatsoever. I really would have preferred to see him go bottle into Sackstone and just be more useful early on. Like, when you're he's not really snowballing, he's a Meraxis, but you kind of have to go those team fight items early. Like right now, there's no Astrolabe, there's no Sackstone, there's no Abyssal, so those items have a really big impact on these early team fights. The Arcana doesn't help him, at all.
Yeah.
If he's going to go push out a lane, sure, he can spam a bit, but in mid-team fight, it doesn't do a damn thing, and I really feel like that 1,600 gold, right now he'd have a Sackstone and a bottle, and he'd be just way more useful, way tankier, and I would have really preferred to see him go that, but alas, that is not his decision.
It's actually funny that you mention it. The other 3 games that we cast of Fuzzy Sloth, his first item on every single hero was Sackstone, even on heroes like Gemini, which is actually not very common.
I'm surprised too, because I feel like people just kind of forget about it. It's like they go it, but it's like, no, the item's really that good. You can go it on any hero, and
okay,
it'll
Kraken
work.
and Meraxis could be in trouble here. Torture and Pyromancer did lay the ward there. Unfortunately, they weren't able to react in time. Legion team picked up a triple-stacked Ancients, while the Hellborn team took the mid-tower. Overall, though, it looks like the Hellborn probably got the better exchange in that situation.
No. I mean, the tower's nice. The thing is, it's an advantage now. But the Ancients and the CDs farm bottom, you can't make that up if you're
Ancients
Hellborn.
respawn towers, though.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, and they would have lost their triple stack had they defended the tower. So I think it's better than they could have hoped for. But in the short term, they do lose that exchange. But long term, it's pretty beneficial. Like the gold lead did not change, and a tower went down. So that's always a win.
Yeah. All right, so Gauntlet's over here. We do have a puzzle box coming out from the Parasite, and he's using it to... Oh, what a great blink there by the Gauntlet. Meraxis portal keys in. Oh, we got action actually going down on bottom. Torturer is getting cut here, Fred, by the Corrupt Disciple. He does have the Conduit on him, but he is getting low in HP. Drunken Master is chasing him down. We have Parasite coming in. The Book is coming in. Meraxis gets a stun on the Drunken Master, but misses the
Here's a
Torturer.
Shrunken.
Shrunken has been activated. Kraken's coming in,
huge
has a
Kraken
great ultimate. Rhapsody throws out her ultimate to try to save the Parasite's life. Parasite is going to go down to the Drunken Master. So is him. Kraken and the Meraxis are end up taking out the other guy, Pyromancer. Kraken goes down. All that's left is Meraxis with 3 people on him. He is going to get chased down. He is going to fall to the Drunken Master.
Yep, and that's Drunken Master Madman right there. And that's before the Abyssal and before the Drunken really has any major items. But that's the problem. Honestly, I think Drunken Madman is just incredible. I don't think you can get a better late game 2 heroes than those, because they just, as you can see, they pick a target together and just eat him for breakfast.
Yeah.
Pretty soon it's going to be lunchtime.
Well, the Legion team busted their load on the Gauntlet and took him out very quickly, but unfortunately, Drunken Master and Madman are just there to clean it up every time.
It's, yeah, pretty much. Again, the Meraxis, though, again, I go back to the item choice. He's the one, he's got 350 GPM. He is the free farming star for his team right now, and he went...
Gauntlet TP's mid, Corrupted Disciple's there. He is going to get blinked on. He is going to get hit with the big old glove. Pyromancer's going to follow it up with a stun. They're going to hit him. Is he going to go down? Looks like they're going to back.
Oh, almost. I was going to say that would have been 10 deaths in 22 minutes. Almost panty levels,
yeah.
But...
Pyromancer didn't have enough mana to use his ultimate. He probably should have used it over his Phoenix Wave, and they would have picked up the kill.
Yeah, he really... Oh, wow, you're right. Yeah, that would have been a kill for sure. They just miscommunicated, I think, got a little scared. But, I mean, Legion, there's no tower to TP to. And I guess they were afraid of the blinkers. But they do still have that blink up on Kraken and Meraxis. So this is... the only... My issue is just... This, I go back to these Arcanas. They're a team-fighting team, and that's really not a team-fighting item at all. And they already have retarded amounts of pick-off with the Parasite, Kraken, and Meraxis with blinks, but... It's just not going to help them. And again, they're trying to force team fights, but it's they're going to lose a team fight pretty bad here if that's what happens. By the way, Shrunken Head already finished on Madman. Push book up on Torturer.
Drunken Master picked up a shield breaker as well.
Yeah, like Drunken Master is just gonna, oh, he's just gonna hit so hard. It's gonna be really grim for this Legion side if they get the jump on anybody. And
Well,
I go back like again. That's -5 armor he's now got on him. There's no plus armor items on this Hellborn team. 4.7 armor on Rhapsody. Parasites and a creep. I can't see his. Kraken's got 5. CD's got 7. Like they're gonna get hit. Like Parasite's got to be at like 4. Like they're gonna be at 0 armor after getting hit by this Drunken, and they're just gonna take
yeah.
literal pure damage. It's gonna be.
We'll probably see a
It's
Kongor kill here pretty soon from the Hellborn team. It looks like they're actually grouping up to go do it right now.
Yep.
As they
This-
should. I mean, they have such a big lead. Get a token right there on the Drunken or the Madman, and they should be able to push a mid-racks.
Yeah, this is what I was saying before. Like Madman's passive and Gauntlet's passive just make Kongor a breeze, and you just have 2 supports stunning him. Like they're not even taking damage with no lifesteal. Like it's just so easy. And this is one of the keys to I think building an effective Hellborn draft is you always want to make sure that you can take Kongor and really just have the late game because like what can the Legion side do right now to prevent this? Now they have a free token up on the Drunken, and now they can just go push towers. And I really don't know what this Legion side can do to stop them. They can't kill Drunken once, let alone twice.
They can't, but hopefully they can get some picks. Maybe once Meraxis finishes up that Hellflower, they'll be able to get a quick kills on the Madman, maybe burst him down before the fight even starts.
Yeah, they're going to just seed this mid tower to this Hellborn side. Meraxis is going to go farm bottom and just try and finish off that Hellflower. Again, not to continue ragging on the item, but another reason I'm not a fan of it is because it's so good to have a Hellflower. Arcanas don't help, and that's in the game right now. This current meta, you can't afford to go items with like these big buildups, like Sheepstick, Hellflower, like I don't know. I'm trying to like Dawnbringer, stuff like that, because they don't give you the immediate return that a lot of other items will give you. Oh, hook onto the illusion. That's not going to do anything for them, but they will get this mid tower. Merax is continuing to farm out bottom, really close to that Hellflower. Really close, like 600 off.
We also got Kraken heading top, hopefully to try to get some farm there.
They're just really in a bad position here. And it honestly comes down to
They did
CD.
go on Corrupt Disciple. Gauntlet blinked in and used his ultimate on the Corrupt Disciple. Rhapsody
Oh,
landed the ultimate,
big
but
hook.
a great hook right there and is able to pull him back in to finish him off.
Yeah, CD is just. He's not doing very good. It goes without saying.
Yeah. Meraxis is hopefully going to be able to get this. Nope, he's in a back hope probably before he has the opportunity, or is he going to let just mid-fall? He could take this tower bottom. Kraken could take the tower top.
They can't really fight without. I mean, they couldn't fight with CD. They can't really fight without him. They're gonna seed this mid tower. I think this honestly works for them. This gives them at least the Hellflower with these 2 towers, and
Yeah.
like, CD will finish an Energizer. They just have to make sure they get back before this Rax gets too low. And it looks like they will. Like
Drunken
Drunken
Master is at half HP, which is nice,
Yeah.
and so is Madman.
If they stick around, this could be pretty bad for the Hellborn side. If they can kill Drunken once and then Hellflower him on respawn, that could be huge.
Kraken is still taking top tower. He's just now going to TP back. Could be too late. Meraxis
Big
goes
stun.
in and jumps onto the Torturer. Great hook there but Gauntlet ends up being a little bit too late.
Oh, Gauntlet. Oh man, the Kraken ulti just totally whiffs.
Drunken Master and Madman just absolutely take down that Corrupted super fast. Drunken does get killed and Token brings him back to life, but
Yeah, they're gonna be able to. I mean, they got the mid-Rax. That's what they came for. They
Yeah.
also got 2 kills, force a buyout, I believe, onto the Meraxes. Nope, no buyout. Sorry, he just stayed alive. It was just unfortunate there. The Kraken got stunned as he charged the Gauntlet, and then didn't get his ultimate off in time. And then he missed.
great hook there by the Gauntlet onto the Meraxis, and Meraxis is just going to get burnt down. Pyromancer's ultimate doesn't even hit because Drunken just absolutely destroys him.
That's honestly my favorite animation in the game is Pyromancer ult.
It's
I
cool.
love that animation. Unrelated completely, but you know, it's cool looking. That brings the advantage. Honestly, I think it's a little too big now. They do have the Hellflower, but like I said, they're just so squishy on the Legion side. They just finished the Bulwark on Kraken, but honestly, the most cost inefficient armor item in the game. Whenever you're behind, like just as a word of advice, well, Sackstone goes without saying, but an Abyssal Skull is without a doubt the most underrated item in the game right now. Like people know Sackstone's good, but like look at the stats that Abyssal provides, and then tell me it's not OP. Like seriously, mana regen, 5 armor, life steal, and damage for your entire team. It just there's no better. No
It's a
better.
strong item. I mean, me and Minats were talking about it yesterday, that I've never seen a Stay Green game where there wasn't an Abyssal Skull and a Sacrificial Stone on your team.
It's 8 armor that the other team doesn't have, and we get like 12% base damage. It's just dumb. Again, that goes into like the whole philosophy that we've had at Stay Green for like since inception, when people thought we were crazy when we did stuff like that, where it's not about putting farm on one person. It's about everybody building together to make the best team you can, so that all of you can play with maximum efficiency. It's not about it's not an individual game. It's a team thing, and you want to make sure that that's your goal. You're not trying to make yourself as good as you can be, but the team, and that's like core philosophy. So that's what we try to emulate. And thankfully at S2, the balance makes that the best way to play too. So kudos. Yay, Sackstone and Steam Boots. Also, Pyromancer in a 20-10 victorious effort is currently 0-4-0, which explains why that ultimate in vain was probably a little disappointing for him.
He just wants to get an assist on the board.
Yeah, so he just wants a score right now. Like, it's tough, man. This is a tough kind of game. I've played, like, my brother's played games like this. It's like your team's doing well, but you just kind of feel like, okay, guys, well, thanks. I had fun.
Yeah.
Again, it's not like he could have done much. He just, like, they ganked him bottom with Parasite, and he died with no boots. Like, nothing you can really do.
Yeah. They're going to try to get this mid tower while the Hellborn team takes the...
I like what New is doing, though. He's going to cancel TPs in a second, and they're going to just go for Rex top. Get on him, Zoo.
Or he's going to go for the deny. He is. He's going to cancel the Rhapsody TP. That's smart. So top tower is going to go down.
Rhapsody now. It's a free fight. The advantage.
No Rhapsody. Looks like they're just going to go in and try to take down this melee barracks. Madman does have the Abyssal Skull. Kraken's going to go and make a charge onto the Drunken Master.
Whoop.
Gauntlet hooks him out. BK, or Shrunken Head used right there by the Madman. Shrunken Head used also by Drunken Master. They're just going to finish this Rax and then leave.
Yep.
Very smart play by the Hellborn team.
Now they're going to wait for Kongor and then do it again bottom.
Legion is going to end up trying to chase him down, though. Meraxis is going to catch the Madman and apply Hellflower to it. Kraken's going to miss the charge onto the Torturer. Gauntlet's going to blink in and try to do something. It looks like there might be a team fight here. Kraken uses the ultimate on a solo Torturer, and Parasite also uses his ultimate on it.
That could be the turn we've been waiting for. They have the Bound Eye. No. Yes, they do.
Well,
and the Puzzle 3 is up.
They used all their ultimates, but by the time the next team fight even happens, they'll have them back up again.
Yep. Rhapsody now with 1,800 gold. Where'd that come from? He's happy. Merax is now at 1,600, but again, they're just not. They're a team, like I said, based around these team fights, but they all went for relatively selfish items. And well, I mean, I like the pud. Like they would have been such a scary mid-game fighting team if they had like the Puzzle 3, the Sackstone, Kraken had maybe like a Shrunken. It would have just been a different kind of story. But right now, like any one of them, if they get targeted, just kind of die immediately.
Yeah.
And unless Rhapsody gets like the ultimate of like a Z-Freak ultimate off. It's going to be pretty grim in these upcoming team fights.
Yeah. So is there anything that the Legion team can do here to come back?
Call Sender up, I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So Kraken's going here. We do have an invis room onto this Gauntlet. They do see him. They're going to close on him. Gauntlet's going to go onto the Kraken. Drunken Masters is there. Ooh, Meraxis jumps in and gets a great stun. They're going to go onto this Gauntlet and try to burst him down. Pushbook coming out from the Torture. All the while, Corrupted Disciple is going to fall to the Drunken Master. They're going to try to turn on him, but his Shrunken Head is too much, and they can't even get a stun off. Parasite's going to come in. Ooh, Meraxis does blink in and catch him. Drunken Master is going to go down. Pyromancer's going to go down. They're going to switch their attention to this Torturer. They are going to take down the Torturer as well. Hat trick for Meisty Bro. Comeback king.
Is this... I lied. Maybe Sender's not required. Like, wow, they're going to get mid-tower off this, too. Really well played there. I was going to compliment the push-booking power of the Gauntlet and Tord, who saved one another in that fight, but, like, you saw when Meraxis has mana for these, like, reinitiates, like, those second, third stuns are just critical, and Drunken got caught chasing, I think, the Rhapsody, and had to blow his Shrunken and his ultimate, like, at the same time, and really suffered due to it, and you could see he just goes down at the end there, so really well played. Was not expecting that kind of turn. It goes to show the power of the Legion lineup, though. I mean...
Yeah.
Like, I love the key, and it's always been the same with heroes. We don't see Deadwood and Rally anymore, but Pebbles, Meraxis, Magmus, the killer in team fights are always those those reinitiates. That's what's just crushing in these team fights, and that was the first time he really had an opportunity to come back in with that critical second stun to just kind of turn the turn the fray around. And Pyromancer now at 0-5-0, so moment of silence for Znui here. He's
RIP.
really not having fun.
Well, really well played by them. The probably not going to see another fight until the Kongor comes back up. Hellborn are probably a little bit scared after that. Not necessarily scared, but wary. They know they have a big lead. They got 2 racks down. They can just farm it up, wait for Kongor, get the token, and then just push bottom and end it. So it's going to be, the action is going to be on this Legion team. Ball is in their court.
For sure. They're actually, if they can defend the second Kongor, they're really not in as bad a spot as you might think. Like, the racks suck, and that makes it very difficult to stage a comeback, but their team is looking okay right now. They're really not that far behind. 8,000 gold this late in the game really isn't that much. It's 49 to 55, pretty much.
But it's the 2 Raxes, man.
Yeah, that's again that's what makes it really difficult. But I mean, I've won enough games from 2 racks down to know that it is possible. But they just have to play well, and we'll see what happens. It looks like they might just push bottom. I don't think they can afford to force a fight right now. You see, by the way, 2 Void Talismans picked up.
Kraken
Parasite.
and who else?
Parasite. Really, again, though, I will go back to it. Kraken could have a Sackstone there. Just 3 armor for the whole team, but instead goes for the Void Talisman, which will potentially keep him alive, but I don't really know if that's the right choice here.
Yeah.
We'll have to see, but like Drunken Master, if he does go for Kraken, like it wouldn't matter if he had a Sackstone or not, he would die pretty much immediately, but we'll just see if that's enough to keep him alive. And
Barbed armor also picked up there on the Meraxis.
yeah, it's a good choice. It's a great item, honestly. It gives you a lot of armor, and it prevents the Drunken from just 2-shotting you.
Yeah, Kongor is up. They had the timing down perfectly. They were in the pit when Kongor spawned, and they're just going to finish them up very quickly. Drunken Master does have inventory space already for it. They're going to take this and probably just head straight bottom.
Yep, that would be my plan as well. Drunken's got a lot of gold. He's got the Shieldbreaker 3 now.
Like breastplate's finished.
He's hitting like a truck.
Torture actually picked up a Sackstone of himself. He's got his Tablet of Command, Sackstone, and a Bound Eye. He's doing very well in that secondary support role.
Yeah. Mostly thanks to Meisty, because he was credited with like 6 kills thanks to the newbie play of the CD. So that right there is a pretty good demonstration of why you can't feed in the suicide lane. Because once a hero like Tort starts to snowball, like it's just so much gold and so many items. Like they wouldn't have those if not for that. Maybe one of them, but definitely not both. A Brutalizer picked up on Madman. He really went the perfect items. Like Basher is another item we kind of abused at the World Finals. If you look at the stats, it's 3,100 gold, gives you 10 strength, 10 agility, and 20 damage, right? So you're paying 1,100 gold for 20 damage, okay? That's in essence what you're doing, because it's the Mighty Blade, the agility one. So you get those items at their value, and then 20 damage for 1,100 gold. I think a Broadsword at 1,200 is 18 damage, but if you think about it, you're also getting a Bash for 1.4 seconds.
And it does an additional 35 damage.
Yeah, like what? It's just crazy. Like the item is just it's just too good, and we'll hopefully see it used effectively here, because they're just gonna sit on a hero with Madman and Drunken, and it'll just die because it can't go anywhere.
Yeah. So since Drunken Master does have the token alive, would you like to see them initiate onto that Madman and try to burst him down before you can even use that Brutalizer?
I think that's really their only option. Like Drunken, they need to just kind of, like you saw right there. They're using our strat. They're just using the ultimate on Drunken and having him beat on the tower.
Yep.
The puzzle was just used, so now they just go back, restore mana and health on Drunken Master, make sure that this puzzle doesn't kill anybody. Poor Pyromancer, man. Let us suffer. He's like holding on to it. He doesn't have enough gold for his own investment, so he's holding on to a teammate's to hope to like ward off bad mojo. This is it's just pretty difficult right now. Legion, they need to make something happen, but it's very difficult to do so against this token. They need to, as you said, identify either the Madman or the Gauntlet, but the problem is there's so many tablets, it's really difficult to lock someone down with like a Meraxis stun into a Kraken ult. They really need multiple heroes in that ultimate.
Yeah, Top's going to be pushing in right now, too. They're going to lose that ranged barracks. They are going to go right here onto the Drunken Master. A great Tsunami charge there by the Kraken. No ultimate placed yet. Drunken Master already above more, just gaining HP very quickly. They aren't even able to deal with him.
Yeah. Oh, he's going in though. Like they could turn this right there if he went in for a blink stun.
Drunken Master did activate his barbed armor, and nothing came from it. The fight ended before he could use it. But yeah, they are using your. I remember standing behind you at the Hantu World Finals. You paused the game and you're like, "All right, Limp, go in, bash on the tower. When your ultimate's down, leave. Wait till it goes back up."
Ooh, nice initiation. They might be able to kill him here, actually. The puzzle box was up again. Drunken in a lot of trouble. Now they can go for other heroes. Let Drunken get away. They
Ooh, that
need
was a
to
great gauntlet ult. It was able to stun Bunch. They are going to end up taking down the Drunken Master and the Torturer. Drunken's about to come back up. Torturer is... Oh, he pops his shrunken head right away. He's going to go onto that Rhapsody. 3 shots him pretty easily, and then Meraxis goes down. Barbed Armor activated. Doesn't matter. Drunken Master doesn't give 2 fucks, and he ends up killing everybody.
Ooh, nice hook out onto the gauntlet. Will it be enough? No, not quite. Well played there. There's just too much damage, too far ahead. They had a good chance, but I just feel like miscommunication in the mid game, some poor item decisions, and in general, it just felt like Reason were better prepared. But kind of all goes back to Meisty, bro, starting the game 0-9 and 0. You have bad games, but stuff like that's kind of inexcusable, and hopefully he can spin his dreidel properly in this next match so that his tilting does not so discourage his team.
Yeah, I mean, he was 1-11 and he ended the game 5-12, so he did do a little bit better, but unfortunately that start definitely paved the way for the rest of the game. All right, so really quick, let's kind of try to get an update on the other series. Bad Monkey Gaming is playing against the Pirates, and it looks like the first game went to BMG.
Ooh.
Let's see what the rest of the brackets are looking like.
Big surprise there, though.
Yeah, so Reason Gaming, 1 game over them. CiC Esports and Sweet Like Ice is their game.